in the main storylines. I'm not a fan of a lot of the writing going into the upcoming SummerSlam. However, I am a fan of several of the upcoming matchups that we will have. And sometimes it does come down to just the matchup, the performers. You can have as crappy of a build-up, as crappy a promo, as low of a buzz as you want. But when come time of the actual pay-per-view event show, those two performers go in and put on a great performance, we all tend to forget about how crappy everything was leading up to it. And that is possible. However, we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. Quick SummerSlam preview. So far, we have Brock versus Taker as the main event. No word yet on what Seth Rollins will be doing. It looks like he's going to be involved in some non-championship champion versus champion match versus John Cena, which is just a throwaway garbage match. My God, unless you put the titles on the line and then unify them, then I'm all for it. Like, I don't care who wins. I'm okay, cool. Now we're stepping outside of our, little 2x2 WWE conventional thought box here, and we're doing things that are new and sensible and in the best interest of the company, not just rehashing the same old crap over and over again, hoping that it continues to stick, somewhat as much as it did the time before. Now, one other rumored match, storyline, something for SummerSlam is the involvement of Sting. Now, this would be great, as Sting needs to wrestle in the WWE and get a victory at some point in time. And then after that, at some point in time, he needs to wrestle Undertaker at the upcoming very next WrestleMania, and then that needs to be both of their last matches. Sting loses, Taker wins, they both walk off into the sunsets, have their moments. That's what needs to happen. So Sting is likely to be a part of SummerSlam as well. It is rumored that he will be in a tag team match, being partnered up with Roman Reigns, and that just reeks of how desperate they are to get Roman Reigns over as a babyface. They will literally shamelessly tie anybody. They will attach anybody to him if it means that he'll get over as a babyface. So it's looking like you're going to have Roman Reigns and Sting versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. And of course, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper are going to lose that match, because shockingly enough, Bray Wyatt defeated Roman Reigns at Battleground with the help of a re-emerging Luke Harper reforming somewhat the Wyatt family. Now, I've also heard talks of reforming the Shield potentially by or at SummerSlam, where they would be working as baby faces. I just don't see any of that working with Seth Rollins having the title and being such a heel at the moment. But yeah, that's where we're at. And then also, like I said, I do have to bring in the Lucha Underground. It's the best wrestling in the world right now, bar none. It is on every Wednesday night from the butt crack of dawn till the next butt crack of dawn on the El Rey network, which if you don't have it on your provider, change your subscription. And if your provider doesn't have it, call them up and tell them they need to get that network. Like I said, it's on every Wednesday night. The new episode airs from 7 to 8. It's just a 1-hour show. And these 1-hour shows are better every week than every Raw, every SmackDown, and over 50% of the pay-per-views that WWE puts on. No lie, not exaggerating. And it just so happens that coming up on Wednesday, August 5th, they will be having their first ever special event. They have to call it a special event because it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not pay-per-view, but they will have their first ever WrestleMania type event, and it is called Ultima Lucha. And the match card for this is, now that I'm in it and been watching it and know all the people, the match card for this is out of this world, better than anything a WWE and WrestleMania could ever do, or at least has ever done. And it is guaranteed to be the best wrestling show you will see this year by any promotion, period. And if it's not, you call me up, I'll give you $10. Well, don't call me up, send me a message, give me your address, I'll throw a $10 bill in it and send it to you. Scout's honor, no BS. That's how confident I am in Lucha Underground. So again, Ultima Lucha on Wednesday, August 5th coming up, and regularly scheduled Lucha Underground every Wednesday night, all night long, on the El Rey Network. Tune in if you're a wrestling fan, and if you're not tuning in, you're not a wrestling fan. All right, let's get to Balls Deep Thought of the Day, as we are just over 2 hours here, and we got to wrap up the show. All right, Balls Deep Thought of the Day, since we're over time. I got people to do and things to see. I don't know how that saying goes. But anyway, it's going to be a real quickie. It's going to go back to a slightly juicy topic that we talked about earlier in the show regarding the ESPY Awards and the Arthur Ashe Courage Award recipient this year of that award, which was Caitlyn Jenner, formerly known as Bruce Jenner. And the Balls Deep Thought of the Day is simply this. If you were picking that award, if you were the sole chooser of who in the sports world should win the Arthur Ashe Courage Award this year, well, who would you choose? Who should it be? Because a lot of people have a problem with Caitlyn Jenner winning this award, and I don't at all. I think it's appropriate. I think it's sensible. Arthur Ashe had courage. Why? For many reasons. Because he was a black man in a sport that was predominantly white at the time of his involvement. I'm pretty sure he was a homosexual, and that's how he contracted the HIV virus, which later became AIDS, which is what killed him. All things, elements of one's life that involve a great deal of courage and different kinds of courage. And I feel that what Bruce Jenner went through to become Caitlyn Jenner does very much require some form and some level of courage. And that is why I have no problem with Caitlyn Jenner winning that award. However, like I said, a lot of people sound like they do, or they don't like it. So, if that's the case, you have to provide an alternative. Otherwise, it doesn't count. Otherwise, you're just being a stum individual. And nobody wants to be stum. By the way, stum is when something is so stupid and so dumb that it's stupid dumb. Here on Balls Deep Sports Talk, we call that stum. So, if Caitlyn shouldn't have got the award, then surely you can offer another alternative worthy candidate. Or maybe you're like me and you think, no, Caitlyn Jenner was probably the most appropriate recipient of that award at this time. Either way, let me know what you think. Tweet it to me at BDST Show. Give me your name. Give me the name of the person you think should have won it, and then hashtag it Balls Deep Thought of the Day, or maybe just BDTOD. Shorten it up. Balls Deep Thought of the Day. That's a really long hashtag. So just BDTOD in your hashtag for it. And let me know what you think. Again, you can do that at BDST Show, or you can send me a message on Facebook at Scotty-Ball. Thank you again for listening, whether you listened on WNLMradio.com or to our first ever live broadcast on the Spreaker app, or if you're listening to the show after it is aired live on demand via Spreaker app or YouTube. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you tune in next week, same time, every week, no matter what. I'm bringing you sports every week, no matter what. Scotty Ball doesn't take no days off. Alright, so for everyone here at Balls Deep Sports Talk, WNLMradio.com, I'm Scotty Ball. Until next week, enjoy the weather, have a great weekend, take in some sports, and take care of yourselves and each other. I'm out. Peace!